importance of being,
Not sharing humility.
Earnest!
The importance of being earnest.
Yes. We ask that you all silence yourself.
Mr.
Daly, put your phone down! Put it away!
I see it.
Mr. Daly!
Mr. Daly.
Basil!
I see you there, Basil. Put the phone down now, sir.
Carolyn, put the room away! Take it off! Sorry. Unfortunately, being honest, we ask that you all silence your cell phones.
And landlines too.
And also that you are quiet the whole time. Please. It's so frustrating.
I know.
I'll cry myself to sleep tonight if I get anybody talking.
Me too. Same here.
Yeah, we're roommates. So we hope that you may.
What was I saying?
Yeah, I don't know. We hope that you enjoy the play.
Please do.
Yes, please.
If not, you're going to get punished.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, enjoy the show.
I'm sorry for that, for your sake. I don't play it accurately. Anyone can play it accurately, but I play with wonderful expression. As far as the piano is concerned, sentiment is my forte. I keep science for life.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and speaking of the science of life, have you got any of those cucumber sandwiches?
Oh, Lady Backman? No problem. No.
Very well cut.
No.
At any rate. Oh, by the way, lady, I see that from your book, that on Thursday night when Ward Shawman and Mr. Worthing were dining with me, 8 bottles of champagne entered as have been consumed.
Well, yes, sir. 8 bottles and a pint.
And why is it that at a bachelor's establishment, the servants invariably drink the champagne? I ask merely for information.
I attribute it to the superior quality of the wine. Yes, well, I have often observed that in married households, the champagne is rarely of a first-rate brand.
Good heavens! Is marriage so demoralizing as all that?
I believe it is a very pleasant state, sir. I have had very little experience of it myself up to the present. I've only been married once. That was in consequence of a misunderstanding between myself and a young person.
I am not interested in your married life, mate.
No, sir. It's not a very interesting subject. I never think of it myself.
Very natural, I'm sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Lane's views on marriage seem somewhat lax. Really? If the lower orders don't set us a good example, what on earth is the use of them? They seem to the class who have absolutely no sense of moral responsibility.
Mr. Earnest Worthing!
How are you, my dear Ernest? What brings you down?
Oh, pleasure. What else should bring one anywhere? Eating as usual, I see, algae.
I believe it is customary in good society to take some slight refreshment at 5 o'clock. Where have you been since last Thursday?
In the country.
And what does one do in the country?
When one is in town, one amuses oneself. When one is in the country, one amuses other people. It's excessively boring.
And who are these people?
Oh, neighbors.
I've got nice neighbors in your part of Shropshire.
Perfectly horrid. Never speak to one of them.
Mentally you must amuse them. By the way, Shropshire is your county, is it not?
Shropshire? Yes, of course. Hello, why all these cups? Why cucumber sandwiches? Why such reckless extravagance in one so young? Who is coming to tea?
No, merely Aunt Augusta and Gwendolyn.
perfectly delightful.
It's all very well, but I'm afraid Aunt Augusta won't approve of your being here.
May I ask why?
My dear fellow, the way you flirt with Gwendolyn is almost as bad as the way Gwendolyn flirts with you.
I am in love with Gwendolyn. I have come to town expressly to propose to her.
You actually come up with pleasure? That sounds like business.
How utterly unromantic you are.
I really don't see anything romantic in proposing. It is very romantic to be in love, but there is nothing romantic about a definite proposal. Why, one may be accepted. One usually is, I believe. The excitement is all over. The very essence of romance is uncertainty. If I ever get married, I shall try to do my best to forget the fact.
I have no doubt about that, dear Algy.
Oh, don't touch the cucumber sandwiches. They're for Aunt Augusta.
Well, you have been eating them all the time.
That is quite a different matter. She is my aunt. Have some bread and butter. Gwendolyn is devoted to bread and butter.
And very good bread and butter, too.
Why, my dear fellow, you need not eat as if you were going to eat it all. You behave as if you were married to her already. You are not married to her already, and I think you will never be.
Why on earth would you say that?
Well, in the first place, girls never marry the men they flirt with. They don't think it right.
Oh, that is nonsense.
It isn't. It is a great truth. It accounts for an extraordinary number of bachelors that one sees all over the place. In a second place, I don't give my consent.
Your consent.
My dear fellow, Gwendolyn is my first cousin. And before I allow you to marry her, you have to clear up the whole question of Cecily.
Cecily? What on earth do you mean? What do you mean, Algy, by Cecily? I don't know anyone under the name of Cecily.
Bring me that cigarette case Mr. Welding left in the smoking room the last time you dined here.
Yes,
Do you mean to say you've had my cigarette case all this time? I wish to goodness you had let me know. I've been writing frantic letters to Scotland Yard about it. I was nearly offering you a large reward.
And I wish you had. I happen to be more than usually hard up.
There's no good offering a large reward now that the thing is found.
I think that's rather mean of you, Ernest, I must say. Although, upon examining the case, I find that the thing isn't yours at all.
Of course it's mine. You've seen it with me 100 times, and you have no right whatsoever to read what is written inside it. It is a very ungentlemanly-like thing to read a private cigarette case.
Oh, it is absurd to have a hard and fast rule about what one should read and what one shouldn't. Why have modern culture? It's about what one should read.
I am quite aware of the fact, and I don't propose to discuss modern culture. I simply want my cigarette case back out.
Yes, but this isn't your cigarette case. This cigarette case is a present from someone by the name of Cecily. And you said you do not know anyone of that name.
Well, if you want to know, Cecily happens to be my aunt.
Your aunt?
Yes. Charming old lady she is, too. Lives in Tunbridge Wells. Just give it back to me, Algy.
Oh, but why does she call herself Little Cecily if she is your aunt that lives at Tunbridge Wells? From little Cecily with the fondest love.
My dear fellow, what on earth is there in that? Some ants are tall, some ants are not tall. That is a matter that surely an aunt may be allowed to decide for herself. You seem to think that every aunt should be exactly like your aunt. That is absurd. For heaven's sake, man, give me back my cigarette case.
Yes, but why does your aunt call you her uncle? From little Cecily with her fondest love to her dear Uncle Jack. There is no objection I make to an aunt being a small aunt. But why an aunt, no matter her size may be, could call her own nephew her uncle, I can't quite make out. Besides, her name isn't Jack at all. It is Ernest.
It isn't Ernest. It's Jack.
You've always told me it was Ernest. I've introduced you to everyone as Ernest. You answer to the name of Ernest. You look as if your name was Ernest. You are the most earnest-looking person I have ever seen in my life. Where have you said that your name is Ernest?
Well, my name is Ernest in the town, and Jack in the country, and the cigarette case was given to me in the country.
Yes, but that does not account for the fact that your small Aunt Cecily, who lives at Tunbridge Wells, calls you her dear uncle. Come out, old boy. You had much better have the thing out at once.
My dear Algy, you talk exactly as if you were a dentist. It is a very vulgar thing to talk like a dentist when one isn't a dentist. It produces a false impression.
Well, that is exactly what dentists do. Now go on, tell me the whole thing. I may mention that I've always suspected you of being a confirmed and secret Bunburyist, and I'm quite sure of it now.
Bunburyist? What on earth do you mean by a Bunburyist?
I will reveal to you the meaning of that incomparable expression as soon as you're kind enough to inform me why you're Earnest in town and Jack in the country.
We'll produce my cigarette case first.
Here it is. Now produce your explanation and pray make it improbable.
My dear fellow, there's nothing improbable about my explanation at all. In fact, it's perfectly ordinary. Old Mr. Thomas Cardew, who adopted me when I was a little boy, made me, in his will, guardian to his granddaughter, Miss Cecily Cardew. Cecily, who addresses me as her uncle from motives of respect that you could not possibly appreciate, lives at my place in the country under the charge of her admirable governess, Miss Prism.
And where is that place in the country, by the way?
It's nothing to you, dear boy, but I may tell you quite candidly, it is not in Shropshire.
I suspected that, my dear fellow. I Bunburied all over Shropshire on 2 separate occasions. Now go on. Why are you Earnest in the town and Jack in the country?
My dear Algy, I don't know whether you'll be able to understand my real motives. You are hardly serious enough. When one is placed in the position of guardian, one has to adopt a very high moral tone on all subjects. It's one's duty to do so. And as a high moral tone can hardly be said to conduce very much to one's health or one's happiness. In order to get up to town, I have always pretended to have a much younger brother by the name of Earnest, who lives in Albany and gets into the most dreadful scrapes. That, my dear Algy, is the truth, plain and simple.
The truth is rarely pure and never simple. What you really are is a Bunburyist. I was quite right in saying you are a Bunburyist. You are one of the most advanced Bunburyists I know.
What on earth do you mean?
You have adopted a very useful younger brother by the name of Earnest, in order that you may be able to come up to town as often as you like. I have invented a permanent invalid called Bunbury, in order that I may be able to go off to the country as often as I like. Bunbury is perfectly invaluable. If it wasn't for Bunbury's extraordinarily bad health, for instance, I wouldn't be able to dine with you at Willis's tonight. For I have been really engaged on the Gloucester for more than a week.
I haven't asked you to dine with me anywhere tonight.
I know. You're absurdly careless about sending out invitations. It is very foolish of you. Nothing annoys people so much as not receiving invitations.
You had much better dine with your Aunt Augusta.
I haven't the smallest intention of doing anything of the kind. I dine there on Monday, and once a week is quite enough to dine with one's own relations. Besides, now that I know you'd be a confirmed Bunburyist, I naturally want to talk about Bunbury. Besides, I want to tell you the rules.
I'm not a Bunburyist at all. If Gwendolen accepts me, I'm going to kill my brother. Indeed, I think I'll kill him in any case. Cecily is a little too much interested in him. He's rather bored. So I'm going to get rid of Earnest, and I strongly advise you to do the same with your invalid friend with the absurd name.
Nothing will induce me to part with Bunbury, and if you ever get married, which seems to me extremely problematic, you'll be very glad to know Bunbury. A man who marries without knowing Bunbury has a very tedious time of it.
That is nonsense. If I marry a charming girl like Gwendolen, and she's the only girl I ever saw in my life that I would marry, I certainly wouldn't want to know a Bunbury.
That must be Aunt Augusta. Now, if I get her out of the way for 10 minutes, then you have an opportunity for proposing to Gwendolen. May I dine with you tonight at Willis's?
I suppose so, if you want to.
Yes, but you must be serious about it. I hate when people are not serious about meals. It is so shallow of them.
Lady Bracknell and Miss Fairfax.
Good afternoon, dear Algernon. I hope you are behaving well.
I'm feeling very well, Aunt Augusta.
That's not quite the same thing. In fact, the two things rarely go together.
Dear me, you are smart.
I'm always smart. Am I not, Mr. Worthing?
You're quite perfect, Miss Fairfax.
I hope not. It will leave no room for developments, and I intend to develop in many directions.
I'm sorry if we are getting late, Algernon, but I was obliged to call on dear Lady you come and sit here, Gwendolyn?
Thanks, Mama. I'm quite comfortable where I am.
Good heavens! Lane! Why are there no cucumber sandwiches? I ordered them specially.
There were no cucumbers in the market this morning, sir. I went down twice.
No cucumbers.
Yes. Not even for ready money.
That will do, Lane, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I am greatly distressed, Aunt Augusta, about there being no cucumbers. Not even for ready money.
It really makes no matter. Algernon, I had some crumpets with Lady Huckberry, who seems to me to be living entirely for pleasure now.
I hear her hair has turned quite gold from grief.
It certainly has changed its color. From what cause I, of course, cannot say. Oh, thank you. I will see you at dinner.
Oh, I'm afraid, Aunt Augusta, I shall have to give up the pleasure of dining with you tonight after all.
I hope not, Algernon. It would put my companion completely out.
It is a great bore, and I need hardly to say a terrible disappointment to me. But the fact is, I have just had a telegram to say that my poor friend Bunbury is very ill again. They seem to think I should be with him.
That is very strange. This Mr. Bunbury seems to suffer from curiously bad health.
Yes, poor Bunbury is a dreadful invalid.
Well, I must say, Algernon, that I think it is high time that Mr. Bunbury made up his mind whether he is going to live or die. This shilly-shallying with the question is absurd. Health is the primary duty of life. I should be much obliged if you would ask Mr. Bunbury from me to be kind enough not to have a relapse on Saturday, but I rely on you to arrange my music for me.
I'll speak to Bunbury, Aunt Augusta, if he is still conscious. And I think I can promise you he'll be all right by Saturday.
Thank you, Algernon. It is very thoughtful of you. I'm sure the program will be delightful after a few explications. Gwendolyn, you will accompany me.
Certainly, Mama.
Charming day it has been, Miss Fairfax.
Please don't talk to me about the weather. Mr. Webb. Whenever people talk to me about the weather, I always feel quite certain that they mean something else. And that makes me so nervous.
I do mean something else.
I thought so. In fact, I am never wrong.
And I would like to be allowed to take advantage of Lady Bracknell's temporary absence.
I would certainly advise you to do so. Mama has a way of coming back suddenly into a room that I have often had to speak to her about.
Miss Fairfax, ever since I met you, I have admired you more than any girl I have ever met since I met you.
Yes, I'm quite well aware of the fact, and I often wish that in public, at any rate, you had been more demonstrative. For me, you have always had an irresistible fascination. Even before I met you, I was far from indifferent to you. My ideal has always been to love someone of the name of Earnest. The moment Algernon first mentioned to me that he had a friend called Earnest, I knew I was destined to love you.
You really love me, Gwendolyn?
Passionately.
Darling, you don't know how happy you've made
My
me.
own Earnest.
But you don't really mean to say that you couldn't love me if my name wasn't Ernest.
But your name is Earnest.
Yes, I know it is, but supposing it was something else. Do you mean to say you couldn't love me then?
That is merely a metaphysical speculation, and like most metaphysical speculations, has very little reference at all to the actual facts of real life as we know them.
Personally, darling, to speak quite candidly, I don't care much about the name of Ernest. I don't think the name suits me after all.
It suits you perfectly. It is a divine name. has a music of its own. It produces vibrations.
Well, really, Gwendolyn, I must say, I think there are lots of other much nicer names. I think Jack, for instance, a really charming name.
Jack. No, there's very little music in the name Jack, if any at all, indeed. It does not thrill. It produces absolutely no vibrations. I have known several Jacks, and they all, without exception, were more than usually plain. I pity any woman who's married to a man called Jack. The only really safe name is Earnest.
Gwendolyn, I must get christened at once. I mean, we must be married at once. There's no time to be lost.
Married, Mr. Wilde.
Well, surely, you know that I love you, and you led me to believe, Miss Fairfax, that you were not absolutely different to me.
Well, I adore you, but you haven't proposed to me yet. Nothing has been said at all about marriage. The subject has not even been touched on.
Well, may I propose to you now?
I think it would be an admirable opportunity. And to spare you any possible disappointment, Mr. Worthing, I think it's only fair to tell you quite frankly beforehand that I am fully determined to accept you.
Gwendolyn.
Yeah, Mr. Worthing, what have you got to say to me?
You know what I've got to say to you.
Yes, but you don't say it.
Gwendolyn, will you marry me?
Of course I will, darling. How long have you been about it? I'm afraid you've had very little experience in how to propose.
My own one. I've never loved anyone in the world but you.
Yes, but men often propose for practice. I know my brother Gerald does. All my girlfriends do.
Mr. Worthing, rise, sir, from this semi-recumbent posture. It is most insidious.
Mama, I must beg you to retire. This is no place for you. Besides, Mr. Worthing has not quite finished yet.
Finished what, may I ask?
I am engaged to Mr. Worthing, Mama.
Pardon me. You are not engaged to anyone. When you do become engaged to someone, I will inform you of the fact. An engagement should come on a young girl as a surprise. Pleasant or unpleasant as the case may be. And now I have a few questions to put to you, Mr. Worthing. While I'm making these inquiries, you, Gwendolyn, will wait for me below in the cabin.
Mama.
In the cabin, Gwendolyn! You may take a seat, Mr. Worthing.
Thank you, Lady Bracknell. I prefer standing.
I feel bound to tell you that you are not down on my list of eligible young men. However, I'm quite ready to enter your name, should your answers be what a really affectionate mother requires. Do you smoke?
Well, yes, I must admit I smoke.
I'm glad to hear it. A man should always have an occupation of some kind. There are far too many idle men in London as it is. How old are you?
29.
A very good age to be married at. I've always been of the opinion that a man who desires to get married should know either everything or nothing. Which do you know?
Nothing, Lady Bracknell.
I am pleased to hear it. I do not approve of anything that tampers with natural ignorance. Ignorance is like a delicate, exotic fruit. Touch it and the bloom is gone. The whole theory of modern education is radically unsound. Fortunately, in England, at any rate, education produces no effect whatsoever What is your income?
Between 7,000 and 8,000 a year.
In land or investments?
Investments, chiefly.
That is satisfactory.
I have a country house with some land, of course, attached to it, about 1,500 acres, I believe, but I don't depend on that for my real income. In fact, as far as I can make out, poachers are the only ones who make anything out of it.
A country house? You have a townhouse, I hope. A girl with a simple, unspoiled nature like Gwendolyn could hardly be expected to reside in the country.
Well, I own a house in Belgrave Square, but it is let by the year.
Ooh, what number in Belgrave Square?
149.
The unfashionable side. I thought there was something, however, that could easily be altered.
Do you mean the fashion or the style?
Both, if necessary. Now to minor matters. Are your parents living?
I have lost both my parents.
To lose one parent, Mr. Worthing, may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Who was your father? He was evidently a man of some wealth.
I'm afraid I really don't know. The fact is, Lady Bracknell, I said I had lost my parents. It would be nearer to the truth to say my parents seem to have lost me. I don't actually know who I am by birth. I was found.
Found?
Late Mr. Thomas Cardew, an old gentleman of very charitable and kindly disposition, found me and gave me the name of Worthing, because he happened to have a first-class ticket for Worthing in his pocket at the time.
Where did this charitable gentleman who had a first-class ticket for this seaside resort find you?
In a handbag.
A handbag?
Yes, Lady Bracknell, I was in a handbag. A somewhat large black leather handbag with handles to it. An ordinary handbag, in fact.
In what locality did this Mr. James or Thomas Cardew come across this ordinary handbag?
In the cloakroom at Victoria Station. It was given to him in mistake for his own.
The cloakroom at Victoria Station?
Yes. The Brighton line.
The line is immaterial, Mr. Worthing. I confess I feel somewhat bewildered by what seems you've just told me. To be born, or at any rate to be bred in a handbag, whether it has handles or not, seems to be to display a contempt for the ordinary decencies of family life.
May I ask you then what you would advise me to do? I need hardly say I would do anything in the world to ensure Gwendolyn's happiness.
I would strongly advise you, Mr. Worthing, to try and acquire some relations as soon as possible, and to make a definite effort to produce at any rate one parent of either sex before the season is quite over.
Well, I don't see how I could possibly manage to do that. I can produce the handbag at any moment. It is in my dressing room at home. I really think that should satisfy you, Lady Bracknell.
Me, sir? Oh, what does that have to do with me? You can hardly imagine that I would dream of allowing my only daughter to marry into a cloakroom and form an alliance with a parson. Good evening, Mr. Worthing.
Good evening.
Didn't it go off all right, old boy? Don't mean to say that Gwendolyn refused you. I know it is a way she has. She's always refusing people. It is most ill-natured of her.
Oh, Gwendolyn is as right as a trivet. As far as she is concerned, we are engaged. Her mother is perfectly unbearable. Never met such a gorgon. I don't really know what a gorgon is like, but I'm sure that Lady Bracknell is one. I beg your pardon. I suppose I shouldn't talk about your own aunt in a way like that.
Oh, dear boy, I love hearing my relations abused. It's the only thing that makes me love them at all. Relations are simply a tedious pack of people who haven't got the remotest knowledge of how to live or the smallest instinct when to die.
That is nonsense.
It isn't.
Well, I won't argue about the matter. You always want to argue about things.
That is what things were originally made for.
Upon my word, if I thought that, I'd shoot myself. You don't think there is any chance of Gwendolyn becoming like her mother in about 150 years? Do you know?
All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does, that's his. No, by the way, can you tell Gwendolyn the truth about you being Earnest in the town and Jack in the country?
My dear fellow, the truth isn't quite the sort of thing one tells to a nice, sweet, refined girl. What extraordinary ideas you have about the way to behave to women.
The only way to behave to a woman is to make love to her if she is pretty, and to someone else if she's plain.
Oh, that is nonsense.
Oh, brother, what about the profligate?
Oh, before the end of the week, I shall have got rid of him. I'll say he died in Paris of apoplexy. Lots of people die of apoplexy quite suddenly, don't they?
Yes, but it's hereditary. It's the sort of thing that runs in families. You much better say severe chill.
You are sure a severe chill isn't hereditary or anything of that kind?
Of course it isn't.
Very well then. My poor brother Ernest is carried off suddenly in Paris by severe chill.
But I thought you said that Miss Cardew was a little too interested in your poor brother Ernest. Won't she feel his loss a good deal?
Oh, that is all right. Cecily is not a silly, romantic girl, I'm allowed to say. She's got a capital appetite, goes on long walks, and pays no attention to all her lessons.
I would really like to see Miss Cecily.
And I will take care you never do. She is excessively pretty, and she is only just 18.
Have you told Gwendolyn that you have an excessively pretty ward who is only just 18?
One doesn't just blurt out these things to people. Cecily and Gwendolyn are perfectly certain to be extremely great friends. I bet you anything you like that half hour after they have met, they will be calling each other sister.
Women only do that when they have called each other's lots of other things first. No, my dear boy. If we want to get a good deal at Wiltz's, we really must go and dress. Do you know it is nearly 7?
Which is always very nearly 7.
Well, I'm hungry.
I never knew you when you weren't.
What shall we do after dinner? Go to the theater?
Oh no, I loathe listening.
Well, let us go to the club.
Oh no, I hate talking.
Well, might we trot around the Empire?
Oh no, I can't bear looking at anything. It's silly.
Well then.
Nothing.
It is awfully hard work doing nothing. However, I don't mind hard work when there's no definite object of any kind.
Miss Fairfax!
Well then, upon my word.
Algy, kindly turn your back. I have something very particular to say to Mr. Webb.
Really, Gwendolyn, I don't think I can allow this role.
And do you always adopt a strictly immoral attitude towards life?
My own darling.
Ernest, we may never be married. From the expression on Mamma's face, I fear we never shall. Few parents nowadays pay any regard to what their children say to them. The old-fashioned respect for the young is fast dying out. Whatever influence I ever had over Mamma, I lost at the age of 3. But although she may prevent us from becoming man and wife, and I may marry someone else, and marry often, I will never stop loving you passionately.
Dear Gwendolyn.
This story of your romantic origin, as related to me by Mamma with unpleasing comments, has naturally stirred the deeper fibers of my nature. Your Christian name has an irresistible fascination. The simplicity of your character makes you exquisitely incomprehensible to me. Your town address at the Albany I have. What is your address in the country?
The Manor House, Woolton, Hertfordshire.
There's a good postal service, I suppose. I will communicate with you daily.
My own one.
How long do you remain in town?
Till Monday.
Good. Algy, you may turn round now.
Thanks, I've turned around already.
You may also call Lane.
You will let me see you to your carriage, my darling?
Certainly.
I will see Miss Fairfax out.
Yes, sir.
Another glass of sherry.
Yes, sir.
Lane, tomorrow I'm going Bunburying.
Yes, sir.
I shall probably not be back until Monday. You can put my dress clothes and all the Bunbury suits.
Yes, sir.
I hope tomorrow will be a fine day, Lane.
It never is, sir.
Lane, you are a perfect pessimist.
I do my best to give satisfaction, sir.
There's this sensible, intellectual girl. The only girl I ever cared for in my life. What on earth are you so amused at?
Oh, I'm a little anxious about poor Bunbury, that's all.
If you don't take care, your friend Bunbury's will get you into a serious scrape someday.
I love scrapes. They're the only things that are never serious.
Well, that's nonsense, Algy. You never talk anything but nonsense.
No one ever does.
Sometimes he is so serious that I think he cannot be quite well.
Your guardian enjoys the best of health, and his gravity of demeanor is especially to be commended at one so comparatively young as he is. I know no one who has a higher sense of duty and responsibility.
I suppose that is why he often looks a little bored when the three are together.
Cecily! I'm surprised at you. Mr. Worthing has many struggles in his life. I know merriment and triviality would be out of place in his conversation. You must remember his constant desire about that unfortunate young man and his brother.
I wish Uncle Jack would allow that unfortunate young man, his brother, to come down here sometimes. We might have a good influence over him, Miss Prism. I am sure you certainly would. You know German and geology, and things of that kind influence a man very much.
I do not think that even I could produce an effect on his character. According to his own brother's admission, is irretrievably weak and facilitating. Indeed, I am not sure even I would desire to reclaim him. As a man sows, so let him reap. You must put away your diary, Cecily. I really don't see why you should keep a diary at all.
I keep a diary in order to enter the wonderful secrets of my life. If I didn't write them down, I should probably forget all about them.
Memory, my dear Cecily, is a diary we all carry about with us. Your work, child.
But I see Dr. Chasuble coming down up through the garden.
And how are we this morning? I trust you are well.
Miss Prism has just been complaining of a slight headache. I think it would do her much good to have a short stroll in the park with Dr. Chasuble.
Cecily, I have not mentioned anything about a headache.
No, dear Miss Prism. I know that, but I felt instinctively that you had a headache. Indeed, I was thinking about it, and not about my German lessons in the rector's meeting.
I hope, Cecily, you are not inattentive.
Oh, I'm afraid I am.
That is strange. Were I fortunate enough to be Miss Prism's pupil, I would hang upon her lips. I spoke metaphorically. My metaphor was drawn from bees. Mr. Worthing, I suppose, has not returned from town yet?
We do not expect him until Monday afternoon.
Ah, yes. He usually likes to spend his Sunday in London. He's not one of those whose sole aim is enjoyment, as by all accounts. But that unfortunate young man, his brother, seems to be. But I must not disturb Egeria and her pupil any longer.
Egeria, my name is Letitia, Doctor.
A classical allusion merely, drawn from the pagan authors. I shall see you both, no doubt, at Evensong.
I think, dear Doctor, I shall have a stroll with you. I find I have a headache after all, and a walk may do good.
With pleasure, Miss Prism. With pleasure.
That would be delightful. Cecily, you will read your political economy in my absence.
Horrid political economy. Horrid political geography. Horrid German.
Mr. Earnest Worthing has just driven over from the station. Brought his luggage with him.
Mr. Ernest Worthing, B4, the Albany W. Uncle Jack's brother. Did you tell him that Mr. Worthing was in town?
Yes, miss, he seems very much disappointed. I mentioned that you and Miss Prism were in the garden, and he said he was anxious to speak with you privately for a moment.
Ask Mr. Ernest Worthing to come here. I suppose you had better talk to the housekeeper about a room for him.
Yes, miss.
I've never seen any really wicked person before. I feel rather frightened. I'm so afraid that he will look like everyone else. He does.
You are my little cousin Cecily, I'm sure.
You are under some strange mistake. I am not little. In fact, I believe I am more than usually tall for my age. But I am your cousin Cecily. You, I see from your card, are Uncle Jack's brother. My cousin Ernest. My wicked cousin.
Oh, I'm really not wicked at all, cousin Cecily. You mustn't think that I'm wicked.
If you are not, then you have certainly been deceiving us all in a very inexcusable manner. I hope that you would not have been leading a double life, pretending to be wicked and being good really all the time. That would be hypocrisy.
Oh, I suppose I have been rather reckless.
I'm glad to hear it.
In fact, now that you mention the subject, I have been very bad in my own small way.
I don't think that you should be so proud of that, though I am sure it has been very pleasant.
Oh, it is much pleasanter being here with you.
I can't understand why you are here at all. Uncle Jack will be back till Monday afternoon.
That is a great disappointment. I'm obliged to go up by train on Monday. I have a business appointment that I'm anxious to miss.
Couldn't we miss it anywhere? But in London?
No, the appointment is in London.
Well, I know, of course, how important it is not to keep a business engagement if one wants to retain the sense of the beauty of life. But still, I think you had better wait till Uncle Jack arrives. I know he wants to speak to you about your emigrating.
Oh, my what?
You're emigrating. He's going up to buy your outfit.
I certainly won't let Jack buy my outfit. He has no taste in neckties at all.
I don't think that you will require neckties. Uncle Jack is sending you to Australia.
Australia? I'd sooner die.
Well, he said at dinner on Wednesday night that you would have to choose between this world, the next world, and Australia.
Oh well, the accounts I have received of Australia and the next world are not particularly encouraging. This world is good enough for me, cousin Cecily.
Yes, but are you good enough for it?
I'm afraid I'm not that. That is why I want you to reform me. You might make that your mission if you don't mind, cousin Cecily.
I'm afraid I've no time this afternoon.
Well, would you remind me reforming myself this afternoon?
It is rather chaotic of you, but I think you should try.
Oh, I feel better already.
You are looking a little worse.
That's because I'm hungry.
How thoughtless of me! I should have remembered that when one is going to lead an entirely new life, one requires regular and wholesome meals. Won't you come in?
Ah, thank you. Might have a buttonhole first. I never have any appetite unless I have a buttonhole first.
A marsupial meal?
No, I'd sooner have pink rose.
I don't think it can be right for you to talk to me like that. Miss Prism never says such things to me.
Miss Prism is a short-sighted old lady. Why, you're the prettiest girl I ever saw.
Miss Prism says that all good looks are a snare.
Yes, they are a snare that every sensible man would like to be caught in.
Oh, I don't think that I would quite like to catch a sensible man. I wouldn't know what to talk to him of.
Well, Cecily.
Perhaps she followed us to the schools.
Mr. Worthing. This is indeed a surprise. We do not look for you for Monday afternoon.
I've returned sooner than expected. Dr. Chapman, I hope you are well.
Dear Mr. Worthing, I trust this garb of woe does not betoken some terrible calamity.
My brother.
More shameful deaths and extravagance.
Still leading his life with pleasure.
Dead.
Your brother Ernest, dead?
Quite dead.
I trust you will profit by it.
Mr. Worthing, I offer you my sincere condolence. You must at least have the consolation of knowing that you were always most generous and forgiving of brothers.
Poor Ernest. He had many faults, but it is a sad, sad blow.
Very sad indeed. Were you with him at the end?
No. He died abroad in Paris, in fact. I had a telegram last night from the manager of the Grand Hotel.
Was the cause of death mentioned?
A severe chill, it seems.
So shall he reap.
Charity, dear cousin, charity. None of us are perfect. I myself am peculiarly susceptible to draughts. Will the interment take place here?
No. He seems to have expressed a desire to be buried in Paris.
Paris? I fear that hardly points to any very serious state of mind at the last. You would no doubt wish me to make some slight allusion to this tragic domestic affliction next Sunday. My sermon on the meeting of the Mana in the wilderness can be adapted to almost any occasion, joyful or, as in the present case, distressing. I've preached at harvest celebrations, christenings, confirmations, on days of humiliation and festal days.
Ah, that reminds me. You mentioned christenings, I think, Dr. Trassybull. I suppose you know how to christen, all right? I mean, of course, you are continually christening, aren't you?
Is there any particular infant in whom you're interested, Mr. Worth? Your brother was, I believe, unmarried, was he not?
Oh, yes.
People who live entirely for pleasure usually are.
But it is not for any child, dear doctor. I'm very fond of children. No, the fact is, I would like to be christened myself this afternoon, if you have nothing better to do.
But surely, Mr. Worthing, you have been christened already.
I don't remember anything about it.
But have you any grave doubts on the subject?
I certainly intend to have. I don't know if the thing would bother you anyway, or if I think I'm a little too old now.
Not at all, not at all. The sprinkling, indeed, the immersion of adults is a perfectly canonical practice.
Immersion?
You need have no apprehensions. Sprinkling is all that's necessary. Or, indeed, I think advisable. At what hour would you wish the ceremony performed?
Oh, I might trot around 5, if that would suit you.
Perfectly, perfectly. In fact, I have 2 similar ceremonies to perform at that time. A case of twins that occurred recently in one of the outlying cottages on your own estate.
Oh, I don't see much fun in being christened along with the other babies. It would be childish. Would 5:30 do?
Admirably, admirably. And now, dear Mr. Worthing, I will not intrude longer into a house of sorrow. I would merely beg you not to be too much bowed down by grief. What seem to us bitter trials are often blessings in disguise.
This seems to be a blessing of an extremely obvious kind.
Uncle Jack! Oh, I'm so pleased to see you back, but what horrible clothes you've got on. Do go and change them.
Cecily!
My child, my child.
What is the matter, Uncle Jack? Do look happy. Who do you think is in the dining room? Your brother!
Who?
Your brother! He arrived about half an hour ago.
What nonsense! I haven't got a brother.
Oh, don't say that. However badly he may have behaved to you in the past, he is still your brother. I'll tell him to come out, and you shake hands with him. Won't you, Uncle Jack?
After we have all been resigned to his loss, his sudden return seems to be particularly distressing.
Brother John, I have come down from town to tell you I am very sorry about all the trouble I have given to you, and that I intend to lead a better life in the future.
Uncle Jack, you're not going to refuse your own brother's hand.
Nothing would induce me to take his hand. I think his coming down here is disgraceful, and he knows perfectly well why.
Uncle Jack, do be nice. There is some very good in this one. Ernest has just been telling me of his poor invalid friend, Mr. Bunbury, whom he goes to And surely there must be good in one who is kind to an invalid and leaves the pleasures of London to sit in a bed of pain.
Oh, he's been talking about Bunbury, hasn't he?
Yes, he has told me all about poor Mr. Bunbury and his terrible state of health.
Bunbury? Well, I won't have you talk to you about Bunbury or about anything else. It is enough to drive one perfectly frantic.
Of course, I admit that the faults are all on my side. But I must say, I think Brother John's coldness to me is peculiarly painful. I expected a more enthusiastic welcome, especially considering it's the first time I have come here.
Uncle Jack, if you do not shake hands with Ernest, I will never forgive you.
Never forgive me?
Never, never, never.
Well, this is the last time I shall do it.
It is pleasant, is it not, to see so perfect a reconciliation? I think we might leave the two brothers together.
Cecily, you will come with us.
Certainly, Miss Prism. My task of reconciliation is over.
You young scoundrel, Algie! You must get out of this place as soon as possible. I don't allow any bunburying here.
I have put Mr. Earnest's things next to yours in the room. I suppose that is all right.
What?
Mr. Earnest's luggage, sir. I have unpacked it and put it in the room next to your own.
His luggage?
Yes, sir. 3 portmanteaus, a dressing case, 2 boxes, and a large lunch basket.
I'm afraid I can't stay for more than a week this time.
Merriman, order the dog cart at once. Mr. Earnest has suddenly been called back to town.
Yes, sir.
Oh, what a fearful liar you are, Jack. I have not been going to town at all.
Yes, you have.
I haven't heard anyone call me.
Your duty as a gentleman calls you back.
My duty as a gentleman has never interfered with my pleasures in the smallest degree.
I can quite understand that.
Well, Cecily is a dog.
You are not to talk of Miss Cardew like that. I don't like it.
Well, I don't like your clothes. You look perfectly ridiculous in them. It is perfectly childish to be in deep mourning for a man who's actually staying for a whole week with you in your house as a guest. I call it grotesque.
Your vanity is ridiculous, your conduct an outrage, and your presence in my garden utterly absurd. However, you've got to catch the 4:05, and I hope you will have a pleasant journey back to town. This bunburying, as you call it, has not been a great success for you.
I think it has been a great success. I'm in love with Cecily, and that is all.
Oh, I was just coming back to water the roses. I thought you were Uncle Jack.
He's going to order the dog cart for me.
Oh, is he going to take you for a nice drive?
He's going to send me away.
Then we have got to part.
I'm afraid so. It is a very painful part.
It is always painful to part from people whom one has known for a very brief period of time. The absence of old friends one can endure with equanimity, but even a momentary separation from anyone to whom one has just been introduced is almost unbearable.
Yes, thank you.
Dog cart is at the door, sir.
It can wait for 5 minutes, Miriam.
Ah, yes, ma'am.
I hope, Cecily, I shall not offend you if I say, quite frankly and openly, that you seem to me, in every way, the very visible personification of absolute perfection.
I think your frankness does you great credit, Ernest. If you allow me, I will copy your remarks into my diary.
Do you really keep a diary? I'd give anything to look at it. May I?
Oh no! You see, it is simply a very young girl's record of her own thoughts and impressions, and consequently meant for publication. When it appears in volume form, I hope you will order a copy. But pray, Ernest, don't stop. I delight in taking down from dictation. I have reached absolute perfection. You can go on. I'm quite ready for more. Don't cough, Ernest. When one is dictating, one should speak fluently and not cough. Besides, I don't know how to spell a cough.
Cecily, ever since I've looked first upon your wonderful and incomparable beauty, I just dared to love you wildly, passionately, devotedly, and hopelessly.
Ahem. The dog cart is waiting for you, sir, at the door, sir.
Tell it to come around next week at the same hour.
Yes,
Uncle Jack would be very much annoyed if he knew you were staying on till next week at the same hour.
Oh, I don't care about Uncle Jack. I don't care for anybody in the whole world, except for you. I love you, Cecily. You will marry me, won't you?
Oh, silly boy. Of course. Why, we've been engaged for the last 3 months.
3 months.
Yes, it will be exactly 3 months on Thursday.
And how exactly did we engage?
Well, ever since dear Uncle Jack confessed to us that he had a younger brother who was very, wicked and bad. You, of course, have formed the chief topic of conversation between myself and Miss Prism, and of course, a man who is much talked about is always very attractive. One feels there must be something in him after all. I dare say it was foolish of me, but I fell in love with you, Ernest.
Darling, and when was the engagement actually settled?
On the 14th of February last, worn out by your entire ignorance of my existence, I determined to end the matter one way or the other. And after a long struggle with myself, I accepted you under this dear old tree here. The next day, I bought this little ring in your name.
Oh, it's very pretty. Did I buy this?
Yes, you've wonderfully good taste, Ernest. It's the excuse I've always given you for leading such a bad life. And this is the box in which I kept all of your letters.
Oh, my letters. But my own sweet Cecily, I've never written you any letters.
You need hardly remind me of that, Ernest. I remember only too well that I was forced to write your letters for you. Always 3 times a week, and sometimes oftener.
Don't you let me read them, Cecily?
Oh, I couldn't possibly. They would make you far too conceited. The 3 that you wrote me after I'd broken off the engagement are so beautiful and so badly spelled that even now I can hardly read them without crying a little.
But was our engagement ever broken off?
Of course it was. On the 22nd of last March. You can see the entry if you'd like. Today I broke off my engagement with Ernest. I feel it better to do so. The weather still continues charming.
But why on earth did you break it off? What had I done? I had done nothing at all, Cecily. I am very much hurt, indeed, to hear that you broke it off, particularly when the weather was so charming.
Well, it would hardly have been a really serious engagement if I hadn't broken it off at least once. But I forgave you before the week was out.
Oh, what a perfect angel you are, Cecily.
You dear romantic boy. I hope your hair curls naturally. Does it?
Yes, darling, a little help from us.
I'm so glad.
You'll never break off our engagement again, Cecily?
I don't think I could break it off now that I've actually met you. Besides, of course, there's the question of your name.
Ah, yes, of course.
You must not laugh at me, darling, but it has always been a girlish dream of mine to love someone whose name was Earnest. There's something in the name that seems to inspire absolute confidence. I pity any poor married woman whose husband is not called Earnest.
But my dear child, do you mean to say that you could not love me if I had some other name?
But what other name?
Oh, any name you like. Say, Algernon, for instance.
But I don't like the name of Algernon.
Well, my own dear, sweet, loving little darling. I can't see why you should object to the name of Algernon. It is not all a bad name. In fact, it is rather an aristocratic name. Cecily, if my name was Algie, could you love me?
I might respect you, Ernest. I might admire your character, but I feel that I should not be able to give you my undivided attention.
Cecily, your rector is here, I suppose. Thoroughly experienced in the practice of all rites and ceremonials of the church?
Oh, yes. Dr. Chaswell is a most learned man. He has never written a single book in his life, so you can imagine he knows very much.
I must see him at once on a most important christening. I mean, on a most important business.
Oh?
I shan't be away for more than half an hour.
Considering that we have been engaged since February the 14th, and that I only met you today for the first time, I think it is rather hard that you should leave me for so long a period as half an hour. Couldn't you make it 20 minutes?
I'll be back in no time.
What an impetuous boy he is. I like his hair so much. I must enter his proposal into my diary.
Miss Fairfax has just called to see Mr. Worthing. On very important business, Miss Fairfax seems.
Isn't Mr. Worthing in the library?
Mr. Worthing went over to the rectory some time ago.
Pray, ask the lady to come out here. Mr. Worthing is sure to be back soon. And you can bring some tea.
Yes. Miss Fairfax.
Miss Fairfax, I suppose one of the many. How nice of you.
very sweet name. Something tells me that we are going to be great friends. I like you already more than I can say.
How nice of you to like me so much after we've known each other after such a comparatively short time. Pray, sit down.
I may call you Cecily, may I not?
With pleasure.
And you'll always call me Gwendolyn, won't you?
If you wish.
Then that's all quite settled, is it not?
I hope so.
Perhaps this might be a favourable opportunity for my mentioning who I am. My father is Lord Bracknell. You've never heard of Papa, I suppose.
I don't think so.
Outside the family circle, Papa, I'm glad to say, is entirely unknown. I think that is quite as it should be. The home seems to me to be the proper sphere for the man. Mamma, whose views on education are remarkably strict, has brought me up to be extremely short-sighted. This is part of her system. So, do you mind my looking at you through my glasses?
Oh, not at all, Gwendolyn. I am very fond of being
You're here on a short visit, I suppose.
Oh no, I live here.
Really? Your mother, no doubt, or some female relative of advanced years resides here also?
Oh no, I have no mother, nor in fact, any relations.
Indeed.
My dear guardian, with the assistance of Miss Prism, has the arduous task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
Yes, I'm Mr. Worthing's ward.
Oh. It's strange that he never mentioned to me that he had a ward. Secretive of him. I'm not sure, however, that the news inspires me with feelings of unmixed delight. I'm very fond of you, Cecily. I've liked you ever since I met you. But I'm bound to state that now that I know that you are Mr. Worthing's ward, I cannot help expressing a wish that you were just a little older than you seem to be, and not quite so very alluring in appearance. In fact, if I may speak candidly,
Pray do. I think that whenever one has anything unpleasant to say, one should always be quite candid.
well, to speak with perfect candor, Cecily, I wish that you were fully 42 and more than usually plain for your age. Ernest has a strong, upright nature. He's the very soul of truth and honor. But even men of the noblest possible moral character are extremely susceptible to the influence of the physical charms of others.
I beg your pardon. Gwendolyn, did you say Ernest?
Yes.
Oh, but it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is my guardian. It is his brother, his elder brother.
Now, Ernest never mentioned to me that he had a brother.
I'm so sorry to say that I have not been on good terms for a long time.
Ah, no, that accounts for it. And now that I think of it, I've never heard any man mention his brother. The subject seems distasteful to most men. Cecily, you have lifted a load from my mind. I was growing almost anxious. It would have been terrible if any cloud had come across a friendship like ours, would it not? Of course, you're quite sure that it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is your guardian.
Quite sure. In fact, I'm going to be his.
I beg your pardon.
Dear Gwendolyn, there's no reason why I should make a secret of it to you. Our little county newspaper is sure to chronicle the fact next week. Mr. Ernest Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
My dear Cecily, I think there must be some slight error. Mr. Ernest Worthing is engaged to me. The announcement will appear on the Morning Post on Saturday at the latest.
I'm afraid we must be under some misconception. Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
It is certainly very curious, for he asked me to be his wife yesterday afternoon at 5:30. If you would care to verify the incident, pray do so. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. I'm so sorry, dear Cecily, if it is any disappointment to you, but I'm afraid I have the prior claim.
It would distress me more than I can tell you, dear Gwendolyn, if it caused you any mental or physical anguish, but I feel bound to point out that since Ernest proposed to you, He has clearly changed his mind.
If the poor fellow has been entrapped into any foolish promise, I shall consider it my duty to rescue him at once, and with a firm hand.
Whatever unfortunate entanglement my dear boy may have gotten into, I will never reproach him with it after we are married.
Do you allude to me, Miss Cardew, as an entanglement? You are presumptuous. On an occasion of this kind, it becomes more than a moral duty to speak one's mind. It becomes a pleasure.
Do you suggest, Miss Fairfax, that I entrapped Ernest into an entanglement? How dare you! This is no time for wearing the shallow mask of manners. When I see a spade, I can call it a spade.
I'm glad to say that I've never seen a spade. It's obvious that our social spheres are widely different.
Shall I set the tea as usual, miss?
Yes, as usual.
Are there many interesting walks in the vicinity, Miss Cardew?
Oh yes, a great many. From the top of one of the hills, quite close, one can see 5 counties.
5 counties. I don't think I should like that. I hate crowds.
I suppose that is why you live in town.
Quite a well-kept garden this is, Miss Cardew.
So glad you like it, Miss Fairfax.
I had no idea there were any flowers in the country.
Oh, flowers are as common here, Miss Fairfax, as people are in London.
Personally, I cannot understand how anybody manages to exist in the country. If anybody who is anybody does. The country always bores me to death.
May I offer you some tea, Miss Fairfax?
Thank you. Detestable girl, but I require tea!
Sugar?
No, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable anymore.
Cake and bread or butter?
Bread and butter, please. Cake is rarely seen at the best houses nowadays.
Hand that to Miss Fairfax, please.
You riddled my tea with lumps of sugar, and though I asked most distinctly for bread and butter, you have given me cake. I am known for the gentleness of my disposition and the extraordinary sweetness of my nature, but I warn you, Miss Cardew, you may go too far.
To save my poor, innocent, trusting boy from the missions of any other girl, there are no limits to which I would not go.
From the moment I saw you, I distrusted you. I felt that you were false and deceitful. I'm never deceived in such matters. My first impressions of people are invariably right.
It seems to me, Miss Fairfax, that I am trespassing on your valuable time. No doubt you have many other calls of similar character to make in the neighborhood.
Ernest! My own Ernest!
Gwendolyn, darling.
Just a moment. May I ask if you are engaged to be married to this young lady?
To dear little Cecily? Of course not. What could have put that idea into that such pretty head of yours?
Thank you, you may.
There was some misunderstanding, Miss Fairfax. The gentleman whom his arm is around me at the present moment is Mr. John Worthing.
I beg your pardon.
This is Uncle Jack.
Jack!
And here is Ernest.
Ah, my own love.
A moment, Ernest. May I ask you, are you engaged to this young lady?
What young lady? Oh, good heavens, Gwendolyn!
Yes, to good heavens, Gwendolyn. I mean, to Gwendolyn.
Of course not. What could have put in such an idea in your pretty little head?
Thank you. You may.
I felt there was some slight error, Miss Cardew. The gentleman who is now embracing you is my cousin, Mr. Algernon Moncrief.
Algernon Moncrief? Oh. Are you called Algernon?
I cannot deny it.
Oh. Is your name really John?
I could deny it if I liked. I could deny anything if I liked. But my name certainly is John. It has been John for years.
A gross deception has been practiced on both of us.
My poor wounded Cecily.
My sweet, wronged Gwendolyn.
You will call me sister, will you not?
There's just one question I would like to be allowed to ask my guardian.
Oh, brilliant. Mr. Welly, there's just one question I would like to be permitted to put to you. Where is your brother Ernest? We are both engaged to be married to your brother Ernest. So it is a matter of some importance to us to know where your brother Ernest is.
Gwendolyn, Cecily, it is very painful for me to be forced to speak the truth. It is the first time in my life that I have ever been reduced to such a painful position. And I'm really quite inexperienced in doing anything of the kind. However, I will tell you quite frankly that I have no brother Ernest. I never had a brother in my life, and I certainly have not the smallest intention of ever having one in the future.
No brother at all?
None.
Have you never a brother of any kind?
Never. Not ever of any kind.
I'm afraid it is quite clear, Cecily, that neither of us is engaged to be married to anyone.
It is not a very pleasant position for a young girl to suddenly find herself in, is it?
Let's go into the house. They will hardly venture to come after us there.
No, men are so cowardly, aren't they?
Ghastly state of things is what you call unburying, I suppose.
Oh, yes. And a perfectly wonderful Bunbury it is. The most wonderful Bunbury I've ever had in my life.
Well, you've no right whatsoever to Bunbury here.
That's absurd. One has a right to Bunbury wherever one chooses. Every serious Bunburyist knows that.
Serious Bunburyist? Good heavens! As for your conduct towards Miss Cardew, I must say that your taking in a sweet, simple, innocent girl like that is quite inexcusable, to say nothing of the fact that she is my ward.
I don't see no possible defense at all of your deceiving a brilliant, clever, thoroughly experienced young lady like Miss Fairfax. To say nothing of the fact that she is my cousin.
I wanted to be engaged to Gwendolyn. That is all. I love her.
Well, I simply want to be engaged to Cecily. I adore her.
There is certainly no chance of your marrying Miss Cardew.
I don't think there's much likelihood, Jack, of you and Miss Fairfax being united.
Well, that is no business of yours.
Oh. If it was my business, I won't talk about it. It is very vulgar to talk about one's business.
How can you sit here, calmly eating muffins, lots of muffins, when we are in this horrible trouble I can't make out? You seem to be completely heartless.
Well, I can't eat muffins in an agitated manner. The butter would probably get on my cuffs. One should always eat muffins quite calmly, and it is the only way to eat them.
I say, it's perfectly heartless. You're giving muffins at all under the circumstances.
When I am in trouble, eating is the only thing that consoles me. Indeed, when I am in really great trouble, as anyone who knows me intimately will tell you, I refuse everything except food and drink. At the present moment, I'm eating muffins because I'm unhappy. Besides, I'm particularly fond of muffins.
Well, that is no reason why you should eat them all in a greedy way.
Well, I wish you would eat tea cake instead. I hate tea cake.
Good heavens, I suppose man may eat a muffin in his own garden.
Well, I thought you said it was perfectly heartless to eat muffins.
I said perfectly heartless of you. That's a very different thing.
Yeah, that may be. But the muffins are the same.
Ouch! You goodness you would go.
Hey! No! You can't possibly ask me to go without having some dinner. Nah, that's absurd. I never go without my dinner. No one ever does, except vegetarians and things like that. I have a perfect right to be here. Besides, I've just made arrangements with Dr. Tosson to be christened at 5:45 under the name of Earnest.
My dear fellow, the sooner you give up that nonsense, the better. I made arrangements this morning with Dr. Chastity to be christened myself at 5:30, and I naturally will take the name of Earnest. Gwendolyn would wish it. We can't both be christened Earnest, it's absurd. Besides, I've got perfect right to be christened if I like. There's no evidence at all that I've ever been christened by anybody. I should think it extremely probable I never was, and so does Dr. Chastity. It is entirely different in your case. You have been prisoned already.
Yes, but I have not been prisoned in years.
Yes, but you have been prisoned. That is the important part.
Quite so. So I know my constitution can stand it. If you're not quite sure about your ever having been christened, I must say it is rather dangerous to go venturing on it now. I might make you very unwell. You can hardly forget that someone closely connected to you was very nearly carried off by this week in Paris by a severe chill.
Yes, but you said yourself that a severe chill wasn't hereditary.
It used to be, I know, but I dare say it is now. Science is always making improvements in these sorts of things.
You are talking nonsense. You are always talking nonsense.
Jack, you are the muffins again. I wish you weren't. There are only 2 left. I told you I'm particularly fond of muffins.
But I hate tea cake.
When on earth then you allow tea cake be served at your own parties with guests? What notions of hospitality you have?
Algernon, I have already told you to go. I don't want you here. Why don't you go?
There's one more muffin left.
The fact that they did not follow us at once into the house, as anyone else would have done, seems to me to show that they have some sense of shame left.
They've been eating muffins. That looks like repentance.
They don't seem to notice us at all. Couldn't you cough?
But I haven't got a cough.
They're looking at us. What a fury!
They're reproaching. That's very forward of them.
Let us preserve a dignified silence.
Certainly. It is the only thing to do now.
This dignified silence seems to produce an unpleasant effect.
A most distasteful one.
But we will not be the first to speak.
Certainly not.
Mr. Worthing, I have something very particular to ask you. Much depends on your reply.
Gwendolyn, your common sense is invaluable. Mr. Moncrief, kindly answer me the following question. Why did you pretend to be my guardian's brother?
In order that I might have the opportunity of meeting you.
That certainly seems a satisfactory explanation.
Yes, if you can believe me.
I don't. But that does not affect the wonderful beauty of his answer.
True, in matters of grave importance, style, not sincerity, is the vital thing. Mr. Worthing, what explanation can you offer to me for pretending to have a brother? Was it in order that you might have an opportunity of coming up to Salem to see me as often as possible?
Can you doubt it, Miss Fairfax?
I have the greatest doubts upon the subject, but I intend to crush them. Their explanations appear to be quite satisfactory, especially Mr. Worthing's. That seems to me to have the stamp of truth upon it.
I am more than content with what Mr. Moncrief said. His voice alone inspires one with absolute credulity.
Then you think we should forgive them?
Yes. No.
True, I had forgotten. There are principles at stake that one cannot surrender.
Which of us shall tell them?
The task is not a pleasant one.
Could we not both speak at the same time?
Oh, excellent idea. I nearly always speak at the same time as other people. Will you take the time from me?
Certainly. Your Christian names are still an insuperable barrier. That is all.
Our Christian names? Is that all? But we are going to be Christian this afternoon.
For my sake, you're prepared to do this terrible thing.
I am.
To please me, you are ready to face this fearful ordeal?
I am.
How absurd to talk of the equality of the sexes, where questions of self-sacrifice are concerned. Men are infinitely beyond us.
We are.
They have no of which we women know absolutely nothing.
Darling.
Darling.
here to see.
Good heaven!
Gwendolyn, what does this mean?
Merely that I am engaged to be married to Mr. Worthing, Mom.
Come here. Sit down immediately. Appraised, sir, with my daughter's sudden flight by her trusty maid, whose confidence I purchased by means of a small coin, I followed her at once by a luggage train. You will clearly understand that all communication between yourself and my daughter must cease immediately from this moment.
I am engaged to be married to Gwendolyn, Lady Bracknell.
You are nothing of the kind, sir. And now, as regards Algernon.
Aunt Augusta!
May I ask if this is the house of that invalid friend of yours, Mr. Bunbury?
Oh no, Bunbury doesn't live here. Bunbury is somewhere else at present. In fact, Bunbury is dead.
Dead? When must Mr. Bunbury die? His death must have been extremely sudden.
Oh, I killed Mr. Bunbury this afternoon. Mr. Bunbury died this afternoon.
What did he die of?
Bunbury? Oh, his crate exploded.
Exploded!
My dear Aunt Augusta, I mean, it was found out. I mean, the doctors found out that Bunbury could not live. That is what I mean, so Bunbury died.
He seems to have had great confidence in the opinion of his physician. I am glad, however, that he made up his mind at last to some definite course of action. And now that we have finally got rid of this Mr. Bunbury, may I ask Mr. Welling, who is that young person whose hand my nephew Algernon is now holding in what seems to me a particularly unnecessary manner?
That lady is Miss Cecily Cardew, my ward.
I'm engaged to be married to Cecily, Aunt Augusta.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Moncrief and I are engaged to be married, Lady Bracknell.
I think some preliminary inquiry on my part would not be out of place.
Miss Cardew is the granddaughter of the late Mr. Thomas Cardew of 149 Belgrave Square.
That sounds not unsatisfactory.
How extremely kind of you, Lady Bracknell. I have also in my possession, you will be pleased to hear, certificates of Miss Cardew's birth, baptism, whooping cough, registration, vaccination, confirmation, and measles, both English and German variety.
Oh, a life crowded with incident, I see. Though perhaps somewhat too exciting for a young man. I am not myself in favor of premature experience. Gwendolyn, the time approaches for our departure. Oh, dear. We have not a moment to lose. As a matter of form, Mr. Welling, I'd better ask you if Miss Cardew has any little fortune.
Oh, about 130 pounds in the funds, that is all. Goodbye, Lady Bracknell. So pleased to have seen you.
Oh, a moment, Mr. Welling. 135,000 pounds. Back in the funds? Miss Cardew seems a remarkably attractive young lady. Now that I look at her. Few girls of the present day have any real solid qualities. Any of the qualities that last and improve with time, Augusta might have left it. But we could soon alter that.
And after 6 months, nobody knew her.
Kindly turn around, sweet child. Only the side view is what I want. It's quite as I expected. There are distinct social possibilities in your profile.
Cecily is the sweetest, dearest, prettiest girl in the whole world. And I don't care 2 pence about social possibilities.
Never speak disrespectfully of society, Algernon. Only people who can't get into it do that. Well, I suppose I must give my consent.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
Cecily, you may kiss me.
Thank you, Lady Bracknell.
You may address me as Aunt Augusta in the future.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
The marriage, I think, had better take place quite soon.
Yes, thank you, Aunt Augusta.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
To speak frankly, I'm not in favor of long engagements. They give people the opportunity of finding out each other's character before marriage, which I think is never advisable.
I beg your pardon for interrupting you, Lady Bracknell, but this engagement is quite out of the question. I am Miss Carter's guardian, and she cannot marry without my consent until she comes of age. That consent I absolutely decline to give.
Upon what grounds, may I ask? Algernon is an extremely eligible young man. And he has nothing else but his looks, of course. But what else can one desire?
It pains me very much to have to speak frankly to you, Lady Bracknell, about your nephew, but the fact is that I do not approve at all of his moral character. I suspect him of being untruthful.
Untruthful? My nephew, Algernon? Impossible. He's an Oxonian.
I fear there can be no possible doubt about the matter. This afternoon, during my temporary absence in London on an important question of romance, he obtained admission to his house by means of a false pretense of being my brother. Under an assumed name he drank, I've just been informed by my butler, an entire pint bottle of wine I was specifically reserving for myself. Continuing his disgraceful deception, he succeeded in the course of the afternoon in alienating the affections of my only ward. He subsequently stayed tea and devoured every single muffin. And what makes his conduct all the more heartless is that he was perfectly well aware from the first that I have no brother, that I have never had a brother, and that I don't intend to have a brother, not even of any kind. I distinctly told him so myself yesterday afternoon.
Mr. Welling, after careful consideration, I've decided to entirely overlook my nephew's conduct to you.
That is very generous of you, Lady Bracknell. My own decision, however, is unalterable. I decline to give my consent.
Come here, sweet child. How old are you, dear?
Well, I'm really only 18, but I always admit to 20 when I go to evening parties.
You are perfectly right in making some slight alteration. Indeed, no woman should ever be quite accurate about her age. It looks so calculated. 18, but admitting to 20 at evening parties. Well, it will not be a very long time before you are of age and free of restraints, of tutelage. So I don't think your guardian's consent is, after all, a matter of importance.
Pray excuse me, Lady Bracknell, for interrupting you again, but it is only fair to tell you that according to the terms of her grandfather's will, Miss Cardew does not come legally of age until she is 35.
That does not seem to me to be a grave objection. 35 is a very attractive age. London society is full of women of the very highest birth,
But I couldn't wait all that time. I hate even waiting 5 minutes for anybody.
Then what has you done, sister?
I don't know, Mr. Moncrief.
My dear Mr. Wilde, as Miss Cardew states positively that she cannot wait until she is 35, a remark which I am bound to say seems to me to show a somewhat impatient nature, I would beg of you to reconsider your decision.
But, my dear Lady Bracknell, the matter is entirely in your own hands. The moment you consent to my marriage with Gwendolyn, I will most gladly allow your nephew to form an alliance with my lord.
You must be quite aware that what you purpose is entirely out of the question.
And a passionate celibacy is all we can look forward to.
That is not the destiny I propose for Gwendolyn. Algernon, of course, can choose for himself. Come, dear, we have already missed the 5 and 6 trains. To miss any more might suppose us to comment on the platform.
Everything is quite ready for the christenings.
The christening, sir? Is that not somewhat premature?
Well, these gentlemen have expressed desire for immediate baptism.
At their age, the idea is grotesque and irreligious. Algernon, I forbid you to be baptized.
Am I to understand then that there are to be no christenings this afternoon?
I don't think that, as things are now, it would be much practical value to either of us, Dr. Chasuble.
Oh, I'm grieved to hear such sentiments from you, Mr. Worthing. However, as your present mood seems to be one peculiarly secular, I will return to the church at once. Indeed, I've just been informed by the pew opener that for the last hour and a half, Miss Prism has been waiting for me in the vestry.
Miss Prism?
Yes, Lady Bracknell. I'm on my way to join her.
Oh, dearie me. Pray allow me to detain you for one moment. This matter may prove to be one of vital importance to Lord Bracknell and myself. Is this Miss Prism a female of repellent aspect, remotely concerned with education?
She is the most cultivated of ladies, and the very picture of respectability.
It is obviously the same person. May I ask what position she holds in your household?
I am a celibate, madam.
Miss Prism, Lady Bracknell, has been for the past 3 years Miss Cardew's esteemed governess and valued companion.
In spite of what I hear, I must see her at once. Let her be sent for.
She approaches. She is mine.
I was told you expected me in the vestry, dear Canon. I've been waiting for you there an hour and 3/4.
Prism? Oh. Prism, where is the baby? 28 years ago, Prism, you left Lord Bracknell's house in charge of a perambulator that contained a baby of the male sex. You never returned. A few weeks later, through the elaborate investigations of the Metropolitan Police, the perambulator was discovered at midnight, standing by itself in a remote corner of Bayswater. But the baby was not there. Prism, where is the baby?
Lady Bracknell, I admit with shame that I do not know. I only wish I did. On the morning of the day you mentioned, I prepared as usual to take the baby out of its perambulator. I also had with me a somewhat old capacious handbag, which I intended to place the manuscript of a work of fiction that I had written during my few unoccupied hours. In a moment of mental abstraction, for which I can never forgive myself, I deposited the manuscripts in the bassinet and placed the baby in the handbag.
But where did you deposit the handbag?
Do not ask me, Mr. Wilde.
Miss Prism, this is a matter of no small importance to me. I insist on knowing where you deposited the handbag that contained an infant.
I left it in the cloakroom of one of the larger railway stations in London.
Which railway station?
Victoria, the Brighton line.
I must retire to my room for a moment. Gwendolyn, wait for me here.
If you're not too long, I will wait for you my whole life.
Lady Bracknell.
I dare not even suspect, Mr. Chasuble. I need hardly tell you that in families of high position, strange coincidences are not supposed to occur. They are hardly considered the thing.
Uncle Jack seems strangely agitated.
Your guardian has a very low.
The noise is extremely unpleasant. It sounds as if we were having an argument.
It's stopped now.
Miss Prism! Is this the handbag?
It seems to be mine. Yes, here's the injury that it received through an upsetting of a Glower Street omnibus in younger and happier days. Here's the lock with my initials on it. The bag is undoubtedly mine. I am delighted to have it so unexpectedly returned to me. It has been a great inconvenience to keep out with all these years.
Miss Prism, more is restored to you than this handbag. I was the babe you placed in it.
You?
Yes, Mother! Unmarried. I do not deny this is a serious blow, but after all, who has the right to cast a stone against one who has suffered? Cannot repentance wipe out an act of folly? Why should there be one law for man and another for woman? Mother, I forgive you.
There seems to be some error. Here is the lady who can tell you who you really are.
Lady Bracknell, I hate to seem inquisitive, but would you kindly inform me who I am?
I'm afraid that the news I have to give you will not altogether please you. You are the son of my poor sister, Mrs. Moncrief, and consequently, Algernon's brother.
Algy's elder brother. Then I have a brother after I knew I had a brother. I always said I had a brother. Cecily, how could you ever have doubted I had a brother? Dr. Chasuble, my unfortunate brother. Miss Prism, my unfortunate brother. Gwendolyn, my unfortunate brother. Algy, you young scoundrel, you will have to treat me with more respect in the future. You have never behaved to me like a brother in all your life.
Well, I'm nothing today, old boy. I do my best. However, I admit I'm out of practice.
My own. But what own are you? What is your Christian name, now that you have become someone else?
Good heavens! I'd quite forgotten about that point. Your decision on the subject of my name is irrevocable, I suppose?
I never change, except in my affections.
What a noble nature you have, Gwendolyn.
Then the question had better be cleared up at once. Aunt Augusta, a moment. At the time when Miss Prism left me in the handbag, had I been christened already?
Every
Then I was christened. That is settled. Now, what name was I given? Let me know the worst.
Being the eldest son, you were naturally christened after your father.
Yes, but what was my father's Christian name?
I cannot at the present moment recall what the general's Christian name was. But I have no doubt that he had one. He was eccentric, I admit, but only in later years, and that was the result of the Indian climate, and marriage, and indigestion, and other things of that kind.
Algie, can't you recollect what our father's Christian name was?
My dear boy, we were never even on speaking terms. He died before I was a year old.
His name would appear in the army list of the period, I suppose, Aunt Augusta?
The general was essentially a man of peace, except in domestic life. But I have no doubt his name would appear in any military trajectory.
The army list of the last 40 years are here. These delightful records should have been my constant study. M. Generals, Malum, Moxbaum, Magny, what ghastly names they have. Marksby, Bixby, Moncrief, Lieutenant 1840, Captain, Lieutenant Colonel, Colonel, General 1869. Christian names. Earnest John. I always told you, Gwendolyn, my name was Earnest, didn't I? Well, it is Earnest after all. I mean, it is naturally Earnest.
Yes, I remember now that the general was called Ernest. I knew I had some particular reason for disliking the name.
Ernest! My dear Ernest! I felt from the first that you could have no other name.
Gwendolyn, is it a terrible thing for a man to find out suddenly that all his life he has been speaking nothing but the truth? Can you forgive me?
I can, for I feel sure that you are going to change.
My own one.
Letitia.
Frederick, at last.
Gwendolyn, at last.
My nephew, you seem to be displaying signs of triviality.
On the contrary, Aunt Augusta, I've now realized for the first time in my life the vital importance of being earnest.